Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I have a pretty interesting update video for you all. So if you've been following my YouTube channel for the past year, you've probably seen me post this ship a couple of times. This is the 1988 version of the Sea Venture. I started this, I think, May of last year, and she's come quite a long way. I'm not done with her yet. I think the only thing I have left to do is the crew space here. As you can see, just the engine room, the equipment, all that stuff. Everything else is pretty much done. But I wasn't really totally satisfied with how she came. I don't think she's horrible, but I knew I could do a lot better with what I've been learning. And so about a couple of months ago, I started this. It is a Sea Venture again, but it's very different in a lot of ways. Firstly, this is my first time ever tracing the outline of a ship in Minecraft to make it more accurate, and I think it's really helped a lot. You can kind of compare, and you can really see it's more proportionally accurate, a lot cleaner. And I also traced the deck plans that I have of her. So this is about her left size. I believe this is 2:1, I think, scale. So it's a little bit of a 2:1 from what I remember. But they are the same scale, same length, same width. This one is actually a bit longer because of the extension they made in 1998. But that's about it. So for this model I've been working on, I started it about 6 months ago, I want to say. I didn't get too far with it. I kind of made the outline of it, and I kind of had this whole section done. I kind of gave up on it. But it wasn't until about 2 months ago is when I started up this project again, just to see what it looked like, because I really didn't know how good or bad it was going to go. And I must say, I'm very proud of how it's going so far. This is definitely one of the better ships I've done in a long time. And so I'm just going to make this quick update video just to kind of go over what I've done, what I have done to learn her so far, and kind of what's coming in the next updates. And so I'm just going to kind of go over the exterior first, and then we'll move on to some of the bits of the interior that I have. So let's start up front. So up here we have the bow, which thank you Dooku for this nice curvature right here. Very much appreciated, very nice. He also did these lifeboats here, but we'll get to those in a little bit. And here you have her mooring station. It's a pretty nice. I don't have much done, just the I forgot what it's called. But you know, where they tie the ropes to the ship, and you've got the hose pipe right here. The openings, you kind of tie like that. Here you've got her nameplate, very cute nameplate. You've got the crown, because she's under the new company Royal Adventure Cruise Line from 1998, so it's fitting for to have that little crown. Anchor, she did have one bow thruster right here, and she did have stabilizers back here, which I've not put in yet, but yeah. And up here, you probably have the most iconic feature, the very Poseidon-esque, she's right there, superstructure, very sloped. You can see it's much more sloped compared to the 88 version. So it's a little bit tighter, but not too much. I'll get into the interior, what it's going to look like in a bit, but you do have a bridge and bridge wings, kinda okay view. Like I said, these are the lifeboats made by Dooku 200. Very cute. I dig them a lot. Very detailed. Very cute. There's one more back there. Up here you have her main mast. Very sleek, I might add. There's some nautical banners I threw in just for fun. I thought that'd just be a cool touch to put in. This is the sun deck, her main deck, and starting over here, you have this shower booth to take a shower before you go back to your cabin. Some nice umbrellas here on the side. And then here you have main swimming pool. I think there's only one. It has very odd shape. um, here you have the some deck chairs on the sides of the pool, and then here you have a Lido bar that looks out. You'll have a server here. You can just sit right here, have a drink, look in the sunset. I think it's a very nice idea. On top of the Lido bar, you have this open air space in front of the 360 lounge. This is a nice place to, very sheltered from the wind, but still open enough to where you can enjoy the hot air. Going down the side, you do have her funnel, the RVCL logo on the side. Here you have an interesting skylight, which I'm not sure she had from the concept art. It does look like that, but this is what I assume. But and this up top is the 360 lounge. This is probably I think the biggest lounge on her. You can kind of come in and sit down. I'll get into that just a little bit, but back here you do have two motor launchers on the side. Very nice. This probably used like emergency situations. In the back, you have lots of open space. I didn't know what to do with this open space, so I just kind of put lots of deck chairs and all that stuff. I put a little game of shuffleboard here, and I have these little butts as the pucks. Come down to the back of the ship, you do have a nice sheltered area with seating. Emergency staircase goes all the way down. Here you have the excursion boat, which was first seen in the 88 version over there. Pretty nice. They would launch this ship, this excursion boat, down, and then they would have passengers board from, I believe, right here. And then they could go into much smaller areas and much more small areas that these larger tender boats couldn't reach. So I think that's a pretty fun idea. That's the launch station right here, and this is her aft mooring station. Just some holes back here. There wasn't really anything in the back, which is odd. Again, you have her nameplate, and I think that's about it for exterior. And of course, you have the balcony cabins along the side. I think she had about 180 balconies, not balconies, cabins in total, but over half have a balcony. So I think that's pretty much the exterior wrapped up. I'm going to go into the interior now. I don't have a whole lot of space. I do have some, but I do have most of the layouts, so I'll kind of explain what the ship's going to look like, what's kind of here in the ship, and what to expect. So this is the bridge deck. You have the forward staircase leads up to here. You have two elevators going up and down. Right here you have the fitness center, which is going to be like your gym, your workout session, all that jazz. Just a nice workout space. Over here you have your little massage area, very tight because of the staircase, but I'll make do somehow. Here you have your sauna. You have your men's sauna here. Up here you have the women's sauna. On this side you have the men's restroom and the women's restroom. And something that you should keep in mind that I think is very funny is that all of the restrooms have a window on this ship. It drives me insane, but it's almost all of them. I'll get to it later. It gets worse. This section here is crew only. This is going to be all your crew cabins. Just kind of a downgrade because on the 88 they all got windows, but over here in the 98 version they didn't get anything, so that's pretty disappointing. You do have your radio room here back, and then this of course is the bridge itself. There is a deck plan that shows the layout. I've not done that yet, but there is a layout showing the bridge area. So then let's go down here. So this is the forward staircase, this is the deck below, this is the sun deck. is what they call it. These are your one of the bigger suites. They are connected, as you can see. And I do have a couple of people who have booked some suites. So we have Ace here, Rylon here. Hoping you guys know who he is. Here's my cabin over here. Kind of small, but it's okay. And then this here is a Sea Venture suite booked by Dooku200. This is the biggest suite of the ship. It's this big area here on top. When the first ship came out in '88, the prices for this room was about $21,000, which in today's money is about $41,000, which is crazy, but I'm guessing the room review is probably worth the price tag, maybe. Jumping down a deck, this is the Plaza deck here. So here again, all of these are suites, all of them. Up here you have the top layer, the top layer of the observation room. It's 2 stories. There's going to be a spiral staircase, I think right here, that leads up and down the 2 rooms. But this is the top half. It's kind of some pretty nice views of the Bahamas and the Caribbean from where she would be sailing if she completed. I'm back here. More cabins, staircase, emergency exit right here. This is where they would lower the lifeboats and they would board everyone. Okay, but you do have the pool here, which kind of eats some space up, but not too bad, I would say. And then looks like we have Lobster's cabins here. And back, more cabins. This is her exhaust system, which I'll get into later, but more cabins. And this is a very interesting part of the ship. I'm really looking forward to see what comes of this. This is the shopping center, kind of. So to your right here, you have a computer learning center, which is very unique, very 90s. I'm pretty sure it's probably a product of the time period, having a big room dedicated to learning how to use the computer. Opposite side, you do have a beauty salon. Very nice, very big for a salon for a cruise ship of the size. Up here, you do have the big casino situated right here. It's probably the big money maker for this ship here. Behind it, you have the card room and library, which is a very nice space. I like how it appears on the 88. I'm probably going to do something maybe a bit similar on the 98 version, just because I really liked how it appears. It was like the blue and I think it was blue with green flooring. Very funky, but I liked it. Over here, this whole section here is your boutique. This is where you can get shopping, get some clothes, get some souvenirs. A very fun space. I can't wait to see what comes of it. So we can go up here through the staircase, and we can get to actually some of the interior that I did. So this is the aft staircase. And here you have a kind of crew space with a galley or pantry for what I was showing you next. So up here, this is the Sky Lounge, like I mentioned before. This is kind of like a nice place to relax, chill, look out to sea. And what I said about the bathrooms here, you can see that the women's restroom, this giant view. It's just very weird. I don't know why they would do this. I don't know. It's just very weird. But yeah, this is gonna be the probably star of the ship due to its size. I'm probably gonna pull something pretty 90s here because this is the 98, but we'll see what I do with it. But this is the Leo Cafe. This is the breakfast and lunch section. This is where you get your breakfast and your lunch on the ship. And this is very 90s. So over here, you'd have your crew members in here. And you would come up here and you would get your food. You'd ask them and they put it on your plate. And then you could come here to the center. Sit down this little wraparound bar. Okay, I have a table over here, maybe. Nice little benches right here with this glass fixture. And this is the bar section, which is connected to this outside bar. And so in here, I'm probably gonna have just like a storage pantry to serve all the drinks, because that's probably gonna make the most sense here. This is the leader bar. I'm pretty proud of it. This is the first room I did, so I think it's very nice. Kind of the theme, just very in your face 90s. Back here you do have bathrooms, again, with a window. I don't know why. I don't know who designed this, but I think they need to be asked some questions. And then next, the other area I have done that I want to show is some of the cabins. I made a sample cabin of the new version to see. And I actually have a cabin from the previous 88 model to compare it with. So this is the 1988 version, the previous one. This is based off the deck plans and the illustrations I have. So here you have your, your bathroom, you have your mirror, your toilet, your shower, closet, pantry, this little bench, your TV, your little table to put your things at. Here you got your bed, and then your mirror and lamps. And so this is the 88. Not bad. I'm definitely one of the better parts of that ship. The cabinets are definitely, the one thing I am proud of. Everything else, not so much, but this is the new 98 version. And this is the exact same layout as this cabin. The only thing I changed is going to be like the colors and the overall theme of the design. And the theme and colors I got out of this was from Sea Venture's running mate, Sun Venture, of RCL Cruises. She never sailed, but there are footage of her cabins, and so I kind of based this cabin off the Sun Venture. So then you walk in, have your bath, you have your toilet, or paper towel, or your toilet paper, your sink and mirror, and you got your bathtub and shower right here. On the side again, your closet, storage. Again, your little desk area, you have your old TV with a very nice little couch and an ottoman. And then here's that big old bed of yours, and then here's that giant mirror with your 2 lamp posts and a little clock. And then there were 2 kind of ottomans that slid underneath this table here that you could pull out and sit at, which I think is really cool. But I definitely think it's a big upgrade. Everything about the ship, this new 98, I'm very proud of. I'm not sure when it's going to be released. I'm hoping by the summer, because it's a pretty small ship. I know what I'm doing by now. So, hopefully by the summer I'll have it done. But now we can continue on with the interior, and I'm going to give myself night vision. Just so we can see better what's inside. So this is the lower section of the observation bar, like I said. What's kind of in here, you got these couches that kind of wrap around the area here. In the back, you've got some bookshelves, like if you want to rent a book out and read it, which sounds pretty nice. Back here, you have, again, more and more cabins. There's a lot of cabins in here. More cabins. So yeah, Will's cabin over here. More cabins, more terror suites. So we got Jane over here, who has separated himself from the group. Not that I don't blame him on that. And then this is, so, okay, men's bathroom right here, women's bathroom, windows. But this is another interesting room I can't wait to see. This is the main lounge. It starts from here at the staircase and runs all the way up here. So how it's going to lay it out is that you've got this nice bar that wraps around here. And then it's just going to have lots and lots of seating. And then back here, in this diamond ring, you have what's going to be the stage. So you have performers here, sitting here, playing jazz, or whatever they want to do, make a show, comedy, whatever they wanted to do. And you just kind of sit around here and just watch the show. Very interesting. Very interesting design. I can't wait to see what happens to it because it's kind of bad on the other version. And then back here, you do have a weird space. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it because on the 88 you can see it's open to the air, but on the 98 they enclose the space where I'm not sure why. I'm assuming for structural reasons, but I'm probably just going to put some lawn chairs or deck chairs or some tables here. I'm not really sure what they would have put in here anyway, but working our way down the staircase, you have some more cabins back here. These are the more cheaper ones, the more cheaper suites if you wanted to buy a cheap one. There's a small section here. This is the ship's lobby. This is where you board. So there's these two doors right here that would open up. You would board here. I'm assuming your customer service desks and all that stuff would be here in these two areas. Get your key and then you walk up your staircase. So the elevator's here and you go to your room. Again, like the same, cabins. So many cabins. I think, like I said, 180 cabins or so, which is a lot for a ship of this size. And then up here, like I said, the mooring station's right here. You do have a staircase down here. This is the main deck, is what they called it. More cabins. You do have a little hospital here, so if you get hurt real bad, we'll take you here. I'm assuming there's a morgue. I know there has to be a specific number, but I'm not sure if she would have been required to have one. But back here, cabins, more cabins. Over here, you have, actually over here, there's a boarding door on the starboard side, but not on the port side. I don't know why it's like that, but I'm assuming, like I said, this is just going to be the door for the excursion boat, the tender, for people to walk down onto. And this whole area here is going to be the main dining room. If you want to kind of see a comparison, this is the main dining room on the 88 version. Again, it's going to be the same layout, same design, just different changes in colors and theming and all that, but the same style and layout is probably not going to change too much because I think that would have been most realistic for the ship. I don't think they would have changed the deck plans too much between 1988 and 1999. I just don't think they would have been very likely, but main dining room here. Back here, this is the galley. It's where they cook all that food. And I'm assuming, it doesn't say the deck plan, but I'm assuming that they would have taken this crew elevator and they would have just brought it right here to this little pantry so it's to stock up the buffet. Because that's the only logical reasoning I have for it, but with that here you have, again, bathrooms, windows, women's windows. I don't know why, it's so weird. Galley access here, and then I don't have it laid out, but from what I can remember, you're just gonna have your engines right here. I think exhaust pipes, yeah, exhaust systems goes right up there. So you're just gonna get engines, your machinery, your motors, all that stuff. Bathurst stuff right here too. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain because it's not laid out, because I do have deck plans that show the crew aspects here, but it's hard to read. The plans are very old, they're very fuzzy. I'm trying to get like a higher quality scan of them, But right now, I'm kind of skipping out on the crew area here because it's gonna take a long time to kind of piece out what's in the plans, but shouldn't take that long. I do hate doing crew though, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad considering the ship size. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the Sea Venture. I know I didn't have a lot done interior wise. I know it's a pretty short video, but I do think I just wanted to make a video to show you guys this new project I'm really proud of. I'm really glad to see I could finally do something, but I know I've not posted in like, I think it's a year. I literally think it's been a year, and I wasn't gonna post anything, but all my friends on the server were like, dude, you gotta post something. So I was like, okay, I'll post the Sea Venture, whatever. And also, for you are wondering, Poseidon is still in the works. I don't want to give too much away because there's been a lot of changes with her. I do have something very interesting and special planned out for her, but just wait this a little bit. I know you guys are dying to see her finish, which as am I, but she's kind of a train wreck. She's a beautiful train wreck, but she's a train wreck nonetheless. She's kind of burnt out on her a little bit, so this is why I'm starting this new project here. This is giving me something to do while I'm taking a break from her because she is a nightmare. Which isn't to say this ship's a nightmare, but it's a manageable nightmare. But I think that's gonna do for the Sea Venture. I'll do some more work on her, put some more interiors, and I'll have a new video hopefully by the next month sometime. We'll see how much I get done, but thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking around, and I hope to see you guys in a month or two with some interesting progress. So, see you guys later.